जी सर, ओके स्टार्ट होगी इस वीडियो।
Okay. चलिए बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. Our today session is related to you can say the create the elements for the and for the payroll, and then we will attach those elements with the you can say with the employees, and then we will shortly run some quick page and payroll and check the processes of monthly payroll. So first we are going to create the 2 to 3 elements with effect from 1st Jan 2021. My first element will be the housing allowance. This will be my first element name. Housing allowance reporting name will be same. I will mention CCL, housing allowance, and I will make a classification as a earning, because housing allowance is our earning allowance which will be processed on a monthly basis. Okay.
Yes sir.
And those allowances which are going to be processed on a monthly basis, we will select the type recurring as well. But the classification will be earning, because as you see, these are the amount which we are getting as an employee, we are getting from the employer. So that will be our earnings. So based on that, this is the basic main classification in which we have to select for the housing allowance, for the transportation allowance, for mobile allowance. So these 3 types of allowance we will create. Basic monthly allowance they already created. So I will go through there and I will show you what the basic information, basic salary, how they already entered the basic salary with the monthly salary element which they already created. But so far we will create 3 elements, then we attach these 3 elements, and then we will process it. Okay, the second term, the second part, as you know, that we have termination. So means this housing allowance, we want to make a on a last tender process. Means it will be processed till last day of the month. But actually, what happened, because this is an earning allowance and it is a recurring allowance, which, for example, if any employee is terminated on 20th or 50th, 15th, or on 5 or any month before the payroll, once it will be end dated, though this element will be end dated on the same date. So that's why basically we have to select the actual termination for this allowance. So we will do the termination process as well, and you will inshallah get a complete picture of this, what will be the impact of this. Let me save this record, and once the record is saved, then we will go into the input values. Okay, let me, as you see, when we are creating an earning element, the pay value as a money created by default, because this is the value which basically name, which input value name created automatically when we are selecting the primary classification. And rest, as we mentioned last time, we can create future 1, future 2, these kind of types input values for our anything or any change which we want to do in future. Something maybe come, so we can create that future 1, future 2. Let us create this one, future 1. Later on we can create more, but so far let us create this. So this is the basic element creation or for the element. We will go for a balance sheet, but let us first finalize this element section. The second element which we are going to create is transportation. Okay, transportation. Allowance. Okay, transportation allowance. Once we create that, this will be also our earning element. The first thing is we have to create all the elements and their you can say the input types. Okay, and then we will create a element link. Okay, so again you can see that future one, money, and database site. Same. Okay, these two elements we created with effect from 1st January 2021. Let me link these elements with those you can say yeah, employee. We will go through with these employees numbers. Let us go with 18, employee number 80. Currently, basically, we are not attaching with the employee. We are attaching with the payroll. So here you will see housing.
The element name. Okay.
Yeah, housing allowance and recurring. And here, once I will click standard now, it will automatically will attach the employees who have monthly payroll.
Okay.
That is one thing I will show you. Okay. Now you will see. You will see. This is the first one. Let me show you now. First, this element with the impact. I'm going to go directly into the employee report, into the element entry screen. I don't want to click enter and maintain and this kind of things. So let us see over here. See?
Housing allowance.
Automatic means this is the functionality when we create an element and we link that element on a standard checkbox. And once we click on a standard checkbox, then it will be linked with all the employees who have monthly payroll.
Okay.
Okay. So that is one thing. Now, the second thing what we will, I will let, if you already, I hope you already get this standard checkbox functionality.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let me make this also as a standard and make it monthly payroll. See, if we will not check this standard checkbox check, then what will happen? We have to attach this element manually with the employee. Okay? Okay, this is the main difference only. This is the difference. So now let me first save this as well. And now once I click on the element entries again, let me see any other employee. 76, 75, we have 70 and 60 as well. Let us 60 and let you can see here transportation. ठीक हो गया सर? अब now this employee basic salary is, once you want to see any amount, you can see here. But you can see that you are unable to change this because this is basically the monthly salary. Now let me come into the monthly salary. Let me come into the monthly salary. This is our salary basis. First of all, they create a one monthly salary basis screen, which we have to create it. To based on that, we have to mention that this is our monthly, and based on the basis, we have to select the type as well: annual salary, hourly salary, monthly salary, or period salary. So this is basically our monthly salary. Per annualization factor is 12, because in a monthly salary multiply by 12 means 12 months. Every month we are paying what we are paying, a monthly salary.
Monthly salary. Okay.
So based on the first section, we create a one monthly salary basis name, and in that salary basis name, we will add that monthly salary element, which is created already, as you see, because this is our monthly salary. Most of the time, sometimes it's mentioned here, element name basically created by the name of month basic salary. Okay.
Okay.
So currently they already created by the name of monthly salary. So that is fine. And if you see here, the input value name, as you know, when we are creating an element, we are creating the input values as well, correct? So this was the input value which we selected, that the basic salary amount must go into this input value. That is the one means basic salary need to be attached in the salary basis. And once the salary basis is created, element is created, then we have to attach the salary basis on the salary information. You can see the tab here.
Yes, sir.
This is basically our salary basis which we created. And based on that, here they mentioned review salary 1 year, review performance 1 year. This is related to the performance. Okay. This is related to performance, and this is related to review salary, that every year the salary is going to be reviewed, and based on that, what will be the increment or those kind of things. So once this first step is to create the salary basis, and once we create the salary basis from the salary basis screen, then we have to attach the basic salary or monthly salary element in the salary basis, and then we have to attach those salary basis with the employee, with individual employee. Okay. And the third step, now we want to click on the salary button. So once we click on the salary button, we can see that the basic salary amount of this for this employee. This is the screen where you can see the total information of an employee, and based on that you can add the different salaries. And you can see here that in 2002 the change was 30%, in 2003 change was 40%, 58 means 58,200 was annual salary of this employee, and every year it is increased, but it has to be done by the HR people. It is not like that it will be increased automatically. Okay. That is another thing. And if so, for example, when new employee is hired and the salary basis attached, then the HR people click on the salary button and it click on add new salary. So once they click add new salary, for example, like this, so what will happen? This screen will come automatically. So here they will select the date of the employing hiring date, okay, or they want to select from 1st April, for example, the person hired on 1st April or any date, so it will, because it is already have a salary, so you can enter, for example, 6,500 is the new basic salary. So you can see the 370% change amount, 6% is the percentage, and from the status we have to click approved. And once we click on apply, what will happen that with effect from 1st April 2021, this employee's new salary will be 6,500. You can see in the below screen. See in the below, this date from 26 February 10/21, salary was 6,130. And now we created new salary for this employee with effect from April, and his new salary is now 6,500.
Okay.
This is the same thing. You can add the same new, you can say the salary amount, basic salary amount need to be entered for all the employees through the salary button in the assignment screen. And now I am going to, what I am going to do, I am going to enter the housing allowance amount for this employee. For example, this employee's housing allowance is 1,500. And this is basically dirham amount. Okay. So that's why we are entering this amount. You can see here as well that this salary ended on 31st. Currently, because we are standing on 1st January, and you will see the old salary here. So, but once we will go in April, by changing the effective date, you will automatically see the new salary. So let me enter 1,200 transportation for this amount employee, and let me change that effective date. So now we are in the month of April. Control F11, and my all this information appears. Okay. The social insurance is basically, I think, is related to some different type, as you see here. So employee pay both employees and employer, because social insurance in UAE basically be deducted by the employee and the employer as well. So there is some contribution basically. So leave this information element behind so far. Let us go with these three elements, and you will get a clear picture. So now what I am going to do now, I am going to run the quick pay, and quick pay can be run through the employee record as well, because the quick pay is basically the process which we can run for an individual employee. Quick pay is the process which we run for the individual employee. Okay. And if we want to run the payroll, then we have to run the monthly payroll. But for that, we have to enter the other amounts, housing allowance, transportation allowance for other employees as well. But so far, let me run the quick pay process for you, so you will get an idea. Now let me click on the assignment screen, then I will click on the other button, and then I will come on the functionality where I can see the quick pay. I will click on OK, and that quick pay period automatically appears in front of me. So I want to run this quick pay with the effect from 1st April, and the date earned will be also 30th April. 30th. End of the month. So once I did that, I will click on the start button. If I want to click or I want to run a specific element, then I have to select the element selection. We will discuss this thing in later stage. So let us just run a complete payroll for individual employee. Means quick pay is going to process only for this employee. So once I click on start run, it will say you cannot start or retry process. Changes to this or other records have not been saved. Do you want to save? Yes. Okay. So now it will automatically be start. Usually in the actual scenarios, it not takes too much time, but I think it's first time that payroll is going to be run for this employee. That's why it's taking some time. So here the status is complete. In case here any issue comes or any error raised, then what happened here? The error message comes here.
Okay.
Error message comes here, and based on that we have to go into the error side and we want to see the view results, and we can see the error message in the messages. So here you can see once the status is complete, then you also can see here the start prepayment button also become enabled.
Okay.
Before it was not enabled, and here you can see the payroll run button become now retry run. Retry run means if I click on this button again, the process will rerun again.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we don't want to go for the rerun. So let me just see the results. I want to see the results of the quick pay for this specific employee. For that, we have to click on view results. And let me first click on the SOE report. It runs or not. Let's see here. SOE is basically the statement of earning. Here, basically, it is not showing any earnings. The reason is because I think the statement of earnings setup is not completely set up. That's why we cannot see here. Let me complete that step in later stage, and then I will show the statement of earning to you. If we cannot go to see the statement of earning, we can see the run results. Whenever the payroll or quick pay is going to process on a monthly basis or as a quick pay, then the results, the values will go into the run results.
Okay.
So we can click on the run result button, and you can see here the element name, amount 6,500, housing allowance amount 1,500, transportation allowance 1,200, contribution salary is 6,500. That is the information element. Keep it in mind because this is related to social insurance. So as I mentioned, as I told you that social insurance has some contribution. So here is the contribution. Here it is basically showing the complete information that contribution salary is 6,500 and employee social insurance is 325 and employer social insurance is 812. I will give you a detail about it. You will get an idea. For an example, 6,500 is the basic salary. Okay. So 6,500 multiplied by, I think, 10 divided by 100. 6,005, no, not 10, it's more than 10. 6,500 multiplied by 15 divided by 100. 971, not 15, even less than 15. 6,500 multiply by 12 divided by 100. More than 12 as well. Let me give you the exact, basically this is the percentage amount. It is the means because it is a contribution. This
Okay.
812 is a contribution of 6,500, whatever the contribution amount from the employer side, it will be deducted on based on that. So that is automatically comes. Let me take you into the balances, and hopefully there we can check that contribution 6,000. Assignment run is again. Here we cannot see the. Okay, let us go into this employee. This employee insurance balance. So I will give you the complete picture of the balances as well. So what is happening in the balances, I will now describe you. You will get an idea about that. The balances basically store the name, and this assignment run is basically dimension. This is basically an employee insurance contribution. Let me speeds. So can you get now basically the balances are the functionality where we can store the values for on a monthly basis. Whenever a monthly payroll is going to be run or any quick pay process is going to be run, the amount is going to be stored in the system into the balances, into the balance. And based on the balances, it stores the values based on period. Means whenever means as we do as you as we see that when we create the payroll, we have different period types. Means January, February, March, April, May, June. These are basically the periods.
Okay.
Payrolls names are basically the periods of the payroll. And for example, now today we run the quick pay for this employee. For example, let me go into the quick pay, and from there I will be in very good position to describe you in a very good manner. For example, we already run the quick pay for this employee on which month? In the month of April. So based on that, once we will see the balances, you will see the balances YTD. YTD is year till date. Assignment run is basically current assignment run. Means because as you know, the employee record is linked with the assignment. So that's why we run the payroll from the assignment. It picks that assignment run based on the dimensions we set, basically. Okay. So based on that run is basically the same current month run. As a employer, now you can see assignment run employer, that value is showing. Here assignment run again 812. Here ITD is that is inception till date. I think it is inception till date. Let us open from here.
Okay, sir.
We can see the balances. Okay. Post will not balance. It will come from the balances screen. That will be much better. Let me go. You take you there. But here I'm going to show you. Let me scroll down here. 6,500. YTD is 6,500. Net assignment run. Here you also see. But you are looking here 8875. Now, how this 8875 comes, you will automatically get an idea. The basic salary is 6,500. Okay.
Okay, sir.
The housing allowance was how much?
1500 or
1,500. 1,500, and based on 1,500 plus 1,200.
1200. Yes.
Let us calculate. 6,500 plus 1,500 plus 1,200.
8240.
8240. 82. It is correct. 6,500 plus 1,500 plus
1200.
yeah, it is it is 9,200,
Okay.
and out of 9,200, I will also show you. There will be a deduction as well, and the deduction is 812. Let us see first what is the net. It is 8875. So I think 32, yeah, minus 325 is the yeah. See, 8875. That will be the deduction amount. That is the deduction amount of the employee from the employee side. So the employee side deduction amount from the insurance, this one also need to be deducted. So that is going to be paid to that employee. How much? 8875.
Yes.
That is the by default net balance element balance created. Let me take you there, and based on that, when we create any element now, all the elements automatically be come into that balance. But so far we didn't create a balance for housing or transportation manually by ourselves. We can, if we want to, and we want to keep the record. For keeping all those record, we have to. So here you can see housing allowance earning comes as a add when on 1st January. So that is the net balance feed. Basically, that is now you can get more a little bit idea that balance feed is basically it is storing all the employees means all the elements in it, and based on that, when the process runs, it calculate and done some addition and some subtractions based on the element classifications, and then you will get the exact information about the net amount in your run results. Here you also can see transportation allowance. Let me create one balance for you, and then I will run the, you can say, the quick pay again, and then you will see the balance of housing allowance as well into the balance screen for that employee. This is the balance name I created. I want to create category based on, I will select others. I will select unit as a money, or it will be money. Okay. AD comes automatically. I will save here, and then I will feed I'm going to feed it. Which element?
Transportation allowance, housing allowance, sorry.
Housing allowance. Okay. So we attach, because this element is going to be processed in the element entry screen. And we enter the value where in the input value. And I want to make it add. I want to make it add for this one. So I will click on this one. Sorry.
By this year, this amount housing allowance will be added in salary breakup.
Yes, that is going to be added there as well. But here now I'm going to first select that assignment dimensions as well. I want to set that this amount must show whatever it processed in that current month. Number one thing, I want to see the whole year amount. Calendar year to date is basically how many months it will process. Based on that, it will automatically show me this year to date amount. What will be the end of the year total allowance will be. Okay. So let me just select this one. And now let me come to the, you can say, to that employee again. And inshallah, hopefully you will get an idea about the balances as well. Fast path.
Quick way.
Again, first of all, I want to show you the balances, so you will keep complete idea. Here currently there is no housing balance so far. There is no housing. No housing balance so far. You can see the housing allowance based on it picks automatically. It's picked automatically. It's also picked automatically. It's picked from, you can say, okay, because we created, that's why it's picking now. Why are we confused ourselves? Okay, but that's why it is picking, because it is from 1st January. If we will see in April, we cannot see it because it's not processed in it processed, but you cannot see those. Let me change the date here.
First April.
We are in April. Because we run the quick pay in April, no? That's why I want to show you in April. Why we are checking in January? Because we created the balance in January. That's why it is showing now. Actually, now it is showing because it is already been created. Before it was not showing. Even you see here, automatically the transportation allowance balance is not there. You see, transportation allowance means balance was not there. So I created the housing allowance. Now is housing allowance is appearing. You get my point? And based on that, if it is appearing here and now, we basically, why we create the balances, because we want to use them mostly in the payroll, in the formula, sorry, in the formula. Once we create the formulas now, then most of the time we need the run result value. It's basically, these are the run results. Run result value means when we run the payroll, then this value will come into the payroll. We are not picking the value from the input value.
Hmm.
I hope you understand. Input value, I
Restart and
think,
remind me later, sir.
no, I'm not restarting it. For example, this is my run result. And I want to, where it is. You see here, this is the value and this is the element name and this is the input value. Input value is your element create and input values. When we are creating an element, we are creating input values as well, na?
Yes.
Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Amount.
See, Habibi, when we created that element,
Hmm.
whenever we are creating any element name, we are entering the input values, na?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Or not?
Yes.
So that basically I'm trying to telling you the difference that the input value, we are not picking the value from the input because in input value we cannot be sure that this value will be processed in the monthly payroll, because for an example, this person have 2 unpaid leave.
Hmm.
What will be the amount then in housing allowance? It will definitely deduct 2 days leave now.
Yes.
You get my point?
Yes, sir.
Based on whatever the customer per day. For example, this person amount is 1500. Yeah, 15. Today the net speed is also slow. I'm
From my side, sir?
checking that today. I think so. Anyhow, 1500.
Hmm.
Is the amount figure appears in front of you?
No, sir. Let me type it.
Same here. Yeah, just type 1500.
Okay, sir.
Already हो चुका होगा. ठीक है.
1500.
Now this is the monthly salary, monthly allowance.
Okay.
From whom? 1500. Now
1500.
for example, I want to deduct 2 days salary.
Yes. Divided with 30.
First I will go, I will say that 1500 divided by the working days. For example, this is 30.
Hmm.
Okay, divided by 30 will be my
50 rupees
50
per day.
will be my per day.
Yes.
Okay, so 2 days salary deduction will be 100.
100.
So
Yes.
the run result will be show 1400.
Yes.
Because 2 days unpaid deduction also need to be deduct, na? So
Hmm.
that's why we create the balances, because in the balances we get the run result values, run results. That's why this assignment run is basically the exact run value. This one is run value.
Okay.
After the payroll we can see this information, because before, if for example now I will roll back this quick pay, I will click on my view, I will click on my request, I will come on my submit a new request. Okay, rollback. For rollback, simple rollback is a quick pay. Rollback run is monthly payroll. Monthly payroll means when we are running the whole month payroll. Currently, today we are working on a quick pay. So I run the quick pay. Now I want to roll back it. I will click on roll back only. I will select the process type, which will be quick pay. There are many processes. I don't want to confuse you right now. So just quick pay run. I want to process this because of which process I run, quick pay, and which process I want to roll back, quick pay. And the process payroll process type number will generate automatically here. Whenever we are running any process, the process ID generates automatically, as you see here. So we will select this, click OK, and we will submit it.
Request submitted. Okay.
Yeah, that is one request submitted. No find, and you can see the result here in the refresh. You can see.
Rollback, yes.
First process we run quick pay run, completed normal. Now we are rollbacking the same process. Complete it. Close. Let me close this one. Let me move it back because it moves times. Let me come on to the 60 employee. Find. There is no quick pay now. You get it?
Yes.
So this is the way to run the quick pay, and that was the way we can roll back the quick pay. Okay, so this is the complete process of the quick pay for the individual employee. Now let me let me run the quick pay for this employee again, and then let me run the prepayment as well. Today, inshallah, we will try to work on quick pay, complete all processes, quick pay and the prepayment, and then I will show you other different processes. So keep in mind, quick pay most of the time runs when we want to pay some employees before running the payroll.
Okay.
Because payroll date is, for example, 20th, 25th, and we want to, and employee request to the HR that can I get my salary in advance. Okay. Advance is a different process, but it can it be processed on 15th or 20th or on 10th? I have an emergency or something, whatever the scenario will be. So based on that, they can run that employee quick pay individually. Okay. And then they can process that person salary into the bank. Okay. That is the whole basically case with the quick pay.
Quick pay, okay.
Now let me come into the assignment run again. Let me into white is, it is white is still the same. It will always the same showing, because why? Because so far we only run only 1 month. Now you will see a difference. I'm going to now run the quick pay for the month of May, April, May. I can run it. There is no hard and fast rule. Okay, I can run it. I can run that next month quick pay as well. But it will be very straightforward payroll. For example, quick pay, maybe there will be no any deduction, no nothing, no information will appear. You get my point? It will only process the same information, which we are already doing right now. Currently, basically, we are running the processes, and you can see and you can understand why we are running quick pay, why we are rollbacking, why we are adding balances, why we created elements. So this whole cycle basically we completed in our today's session, and in coming sessions you will get more better understanding about the complete payroll processes. Now the housing allowance assignment YTD will show you 3,000. I will show you. Assignment run will show you 1,500. YTD will show you 3,000. You get the idea now?
Yes, sir.
So based on that, we get an idea that based on how many months it processed, it will automatically will be added. It will automatically will be added amount. Here it's also 325, and if there is any YTD for this insurance, it will show that amount as well. So for example, monthly salary assignment YTD will be now 3,000. But in assignment run, it will show you 6,500. Because assignment run is for the current month. YTD is basically the addition of every process, every payroll period.
Okay. Sir, this additional
That is
amount
the-
is related to with the month of May.
Yes, additional amount.
YTD, yes.
No. Yeah, YTD, additional amount with the month of May. So
May.
now if I will delete this quick pay. Okay, there is two options. One is delete from here, is the same process is we roll back. Okay. And the second process is which we can go into the view, sub request, submit a request and roll back, select the quick pay process and then roll back from there.
Okay.
So this is the second step. Let me show you one more screen, which is very, very important screen. Whenever we run the payrolls, we want to see the results based on the payroll level and based on the assignment level. So on the assignment level is basically we want to see the results based on employee level. So here you can, this is basically the employee assignment process screen where you will see the all information, all the payrolls, all the prepayments. You can see it was already run before us. We didn't run it. We will run it. Once we run the payroll, the type will be run. Once we run the prepayment, the type will be prepayment. See, the check writer also runs. Then magnetic report, basically one of the process basically need to run. So these are the monthly processes every month. You see June from 6 June 2010 is basically June payroll run, then prepayment run, then check writer run, then magnetic report run. And next month, then again payroll run, prepayment, all these processes runs on a monthly basis. So here you can see the complete picture, complete view of individual employee on this employee assignment process screen. And here again, it's the same view results button. You can click on view result button and you can see the same information which you see from that quick pay screen. But you can get an idea as a consultant and HR or a payroll employee that this is which type of the process, which is this is monthly or you can say which type of process. This is for individual employee. Now let me close this one and let me show you the whole organization. I want to see the monthly payroll. I want to see the monthly payroll, and I want to see the monthly payroll. You can say in action type, I will select. I want to see the run. These are all the processes which we run time by time. It is not mandatory that we have to run all the processes, but payroll run, because this is run and I know it is monthly payroll. So in December 12/12, if I see here, this is the complete payroll run, and here the status is complete.
Complete. Okay.
I want to see all the employees under this payroll. I will click on assignment process button. Once I click on assignment process button, all the employees, you see here, all the employees payroll you can see. So here are total 76 employees in payroll you can see. You can see the view result for 63 employee. So once you click on 63, you will see the basic salary. You will see the social insurance contribution. Based on this basic salary, that will be the contribution of 10% or 12%, and this will be 15% or 14%. Okay, employee and employer contribution. Okay, so this is basically, yeah.
Social insurance contribution not same for the employee and employer, as employee contribute.
No, not the same. It is based on basic salary. Every employee have different basic salary.
Okay.
जनाब कहाँ बैठे हुए हैं? ठीक है. Based on the basic salary, it is contributing. Whatever will be the basic salary, social insurance is different, because it is 10% of basic salary, 12% of basic salary of employer and employee. So based on that, it is a contribution. That is basically the whole logic.
No, sir.
It is not like that.
I mean to say one person has 10,000 his basic salary, and 10% deduction from his account as a social insurance, and
yeah,
that figure same that figure of contribution from the employer.
No, that will not be the same. That will not be the same. That is a different insurance. It will be employer contribution will be more. Most of the time employer contribution is 12% or more, even 20% also. Okay, but the employee contribution is less, 10%, 8%, something like that. Or 12%, something like that. You can calculate this contribution by yourself, and you will get an idea how much is the percentage 352 will come. I think 7360. How we will get multiply by, for example, 8 divided by 100. Not even 8.
It's
less than 8 even. 7360 multiply by, you can say 6 divided by, not even 6, less than 6 even. 7360 multiply by 3 divided by 220.
4.5
or something like that. यार इस तरह ही कुछ आएगा. इसको आप देख लीजिएगा उस हिसाब से. इसकी यहाँ वो गूगल पे हम सर्च कर सकते हैं, उस पर पता चल जाएगा कितना परसेंट डिडक्ट होता है, लेकिन इट्स ऑल्सो डिपेंड्स ऑन एम्प्लॉयर
जी सही होगा।
बिजनेस इंटरनल पॉलिसी कि वो कितना परसेंट बेसिकली डिडक्ट करते हैं और क्या वो करते हैं, क्या उनकी पॉलिसीज होती हैं। यही है नहीं ऑलमोस्ट 4.5 4.6 ही आ रहा है, ना 331 आ गया। तो आई थिंक इट विल बी 7360 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 5 डिवाइडेड बाय 100 करके चेक करें, 368 आ रहा है। वो 4.5 और 4.5 के अंदर अंदर ही कुछ कर रहा है ये, ठीक है ना। तो 358 2 निकाल रहा है, 7360 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 4.7 डिवाइडेड बाय 100, तो 345 कर रहा है, 7360। इट्स ऑलमोस्ट समथिंग लाइक दैट यार।
ओके लीव
ये
इट।
बस आपको एक लॉजिक समझाने की बात है।
जी
वो
सर।
फार्मूले में एक्चुअली ये मैं इस तरह करता हूँ, लेट मी गो इनटू कि आई मीन हम यहाँ टाइम ज़ाया कर रहे हैं इतना बड़ा।
जी जी
लेट
बिल्कुल।
मी गो इनटू द one more screen, from there we can get an idea। हम फार्मूले में जाते हैं बेसिकली, ठीक है। फार्मूले से पहले एक फार्मूला रिजल्ट इज वन ऑफ दैट screen where I will check that which formula is basically attached. This is the formula, see, employee social insurance and ये भी यहाँ देखना पड़ेगा कि इसने कैसे किया। Anyhow, let me go into the formula now. Here I can see the calculation. Okay, let us come here. Social insurance exception. ये एंट्री वैल्यू है और SI4 टेबल वैल्यू से भी उठाएगा कहीं ना कहीं से। अच्छा, यहाँ आप थोड़ा बहुत जरा नोटिस फोकस कीजिएगा।
जी जी।
अब ये क्या कर रहा है, एल एग्जिस्ट ए लोकल नेशनैलिटी नॉट डिफाइंड, ये एक फंक्शन है, ठीक है। इफ एल एग्जिस्ट नॉट एग्जिस्ट, इस फंक्शन के अंदर कोई ऐसी वैल्यू होगी कि अगर वो नॉट एग्जिस्ट हो, देन एल मैसेज डिस्प्ले करा दे ए गेट मैसेज का, ये बाय डिफॉल्ट मैसेज है, ओके। देन बेस्ड ऑन दैट व्हाट इज गोइंग प्रोसेस द सोशल इंश्योरेंस if the employee nationality matches local nationalities। बात समझ आई, जो लोकल नेशनैलिटीज होंगे,
हाँ ये उन पे
तो
अप्लाई
एल
है।
मैच, हाँ, और ये एल मैचेस का वेरिएबल डिफाइन हुआ, ए लोकल नेशनैलिटीज मैचेस, नो मैच ए गेट लोकल नेशनैलिटी, देन लेट मी कम डाउन, उसने फिर मैसेज कराया। अब बेसिकली देन इट्स शोइंग मैच, then if the DBA contributor salary assignment YTD का बैलेंस यूज वो किया उसने, ठीक है। चेक फॉर द फेडरल प्राइवेट सेक्टर, ए गेट सेक्टर आया। हम नीचे आते हैं, सो टू गेट दैट हाउ मच परसेंटेज कंट्रीब्यूशन, कंट्रीब्यूशन जो है आई थिंक इट विल बी subject to social insurance assignment, lower base, L base, ये देखे ना
1%।
L, हाँ नहीं 1% नहीं, it is basically we have to check what is L base, and whatever the L base value is, it is multiplied by LPPE percentage divided by 100। तो वही मैंने आपको बताया ना, परसेंटेज है, लेकिन एग्जैक्ट परसेंटेज हमने देखनी है कि व्हाट विल बी द परसेंटेज फॉर एम्प्लॉय एंड ER इज एम्प्लॉयर ऑटोमेटिकली, सी। सो इट इज, ऊपर देखें ना, ये LPE एम्प्लॉय एंड दिस इज ER इज एम्प्लॉयर। तो उसने वेरिएबल डिफाइन, इट डिफाइन द वेरिएबल बेसिकली, देन इट्स कम डाउन, यही बेसिकली कैलकुलेशन हो रही है। But we have to check what is LBase. बेसिकली ये मैंने आपको बताया ना परसेंटेज ही है एग्जैक्ट परसेंटेज विल बी
जी छोड़े
get
सर।
from no problem let me go through it into the table values as well so let me check maybe it is created by this name not okay let us social इधर नहीं डिफाइन हुआ हुआ ये आई थिंक यहाँ तो यहाँ नहीं हुआ तो यहाँ से फिर ये मैसेज ही डिस्प्ले नहीं हो रहा है यार
छोड़े
मैसेज में भी, हाँ मैसेज
जी
बेसिकली इफ वी विल गेट एन आइडिया ना, इट विल कम ऑटोमेटिकली इनटू द मैसेज एज वेल।
जी सही।
मैसेज में भी समटाइम्स बेसिकली वो डिस्प्ले हो जाता है कि हाउ मच परसेंटेज इज कैलकुलेटेड।
हम्म।
ये क्या कह रहा है?
ये क्यों कह रहे? सर क्यों हो रहा है?
17.5 contribution are calculated at the rate of 17.5% of the employee gross remuneration as stated in the local employment contract. Based on ये होता है एक्चुअली कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वाइज है, हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो है ना अपने हिसाब से काटती है। देखें,
हाँ 12
एम्प्लॉयर कंट्रीब्यूशन 12.5%, एम्प्लॉय मंथली सैलरी बेसिक प्लस हाउसिंग अलाउंस, एम्प्लॉय कंट्रीब्यूशन 5%,
जी जी
एम्प्लॉयर की 12.5 है और एम्प्लॉय की 5% है। तो ये ऑलमोस्ट जो था ये, यानी कि ये अगर देखा जाए तो ये 5% ही ऑलमोस्ट कटा है जो हमने पहले निकाल लिया था।
सही है।
यानी कि once we calculated that the basic salary based on the employee is 5%. 7360 multiply by 5 divided by 100, तो ये ऑलमोस्ट 368। कभी ये ज्यादा होता है, कभी ये कम होता है। द रीजन इज दिस इज इन द मंथ ऑफ यू कैन से अप्रैल। ये भी हमें देखना पड़ेगा ना, बल्कि ये सॉरी नॉट, दिस इज नॉट द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल यार, दिस इज द मंथ ऑफ दिसंबर 2010। ठीक है ना? तो उस बेस पे अगर हम इसे कैलकुलेट, वी वांट टू ट्राई टू कैलकुलेट इट, it will automatically be show wrong value to us. Let us see here. For example, let us see here जिसका हमने कैलकुलेट किया था। हालांकि ये हमारे टॉपिक के रिलेटेड नहीं है, लेकिन अब आप को वो एक चल रही है तो मैंने कहा इसको पूरा कर ही दें। 6500 जो है multiply by 5 divided by 100, 325 आ गया. वही मैंने आपको कहा था एम्प्लॉय कंट्रीब्यूशन और एम्प्लॉयर कंट्रीब्यूशन, लेकिन एक्चुअली हमें पता होना चाहिए कि परसेंटेज का कितना रहा है. तो इसका मतलब 12.500 ही मैंने वो 12.5% ही कहा था, उसका कटेगा एम्प्लॉयर का divided by 100 and the 5%. See, the same values are coming now. So this is basically the calculation is going on on the basic salary. ठीक है, तो इस तरह यानी कि ये कैलकुलेशन होती है और फार्मूला बेसिकली स्टैंडर्ड है. Basically, let me bring you into the formula as well today. So almost we covered a lot of topics today in our today's session. It's in social insurance. Basically, when we create a formula, we create the formula through right formula functionality. Okay.
Okay.
And once we create it, then we have to attach that formula with that element. So based on that, once we run the payroll, it do the calculation based on this formula. So here's the date you can see is the date which is showing 0001, which is basically the standard formula. We didn't create this formula. This is basically the standard functionality. So sometimes we can use the standard functionality based on the legislation. Okay, so for example, in monthly salary, if there will be any formula, it will be like this. So what this is the formula which created by any person, or you can say any on that time the team who designed this, they created it. In the monthly formula, what is happening, you can see here. Simple thing, nothing is it showing. It is showing description form of a flat amount template in UAE legislation. Inputs are allowance amount, and L amount is basically a variable, and it is equal to allowance amount. Okay, and return is L amount. That is the simple thing. But anyhow, this is not such kind of simple formulas we created in real life. But let me just show you that, for example, this formula is created. Then, as you see, once we select the element, then we select the formula, and then we select the variables which we assign here. As you see here, these are the direct results. And I mentioned you last time, we have direct results and indirect results. Okay, in the elements. So based on that, this whole picture and whole navigation comes in front of you. And later on, once you, for example, come here, you automatically click on these helps side, and you can see the more detail about this information about the defining, processing, formula results, all kind of things. And rest you can also see into the formula side. Once you click on the formula screen, this is very important for you from your own side. But these things will come automatically in picture when inshallah the hands-on practice will come. You get my point? So once definitely hands-on practice and all things will come, you will automatically get an idea. So alhamdulillah, I think we have covered a lot of processes today. I think we completed create elements, then we defined the links, then we attach it with the employees, we run the quick pay, we roll back the quick pay, we saw the balances, we create the balances, we saw the rollback, and all these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 6, 7 topics we have covered. Inshallah, tomorrow we will try to do the whole payroll run, how we will run it. It's also a simple process. We have to go into the view, submit, and simply run the monthly payroll. So, and I also show you the payroll run results by the screens, by this screen. This is basically called the pilot screen. This is basically the pilot of the payroll, because from here we will see all the processes, all the types. You see quick pay, magnetic report, check writer, prepayment, all the in detail and in detail basically, because once we run this, we see individual employee. So this is the payment method. You can see the payment method. This is the 7,008 amount is going to be paid. Okay, so these are the different steps, monthly payroll, post payroll processes, which we inshallah discussed in tomorrow's session.
Okay, sir.
And whatever few things will be left, we will cover it.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Challenge, sir. Thank you very much, dear. Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.